to the Spirit Essence Show. I'm Tara Diana, and this is the show where I bring in individuals that follow the philosophy of body, mind, spirit, how we collaborate and bring it together. I am an empowerment medium. That means that everything that I do to be of service to those around me comes from spirit, and I surround myself with these beautiful souls that are authentic and do the work. And today, I am so excited, so blessed to have a very good friend of mine. I've known her for quite some time. She's been in my world, in the metaphysical world, in the spiritual world. She hangs out at the First United with us, the Spiritualist Church, which is the only spiritualist church in Vancouver that actually has pews and a chapel and everything. Let me introduce you guys to Sonia Chinochan. She is a transformational coach. She is dabbling in all sorts of the metaphysical and the scientific. She's a personal trainer. She's a chakra dance facilitator. She is so much. Sonia, thank you for being here.
Thank you, Tara. I'm so excited to be here with you. It's been, years since we've known each other, and we're finally doing this together. So that's awesome. I thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. There's so many cool things coming up with us too, collaborating together with other people. And this is what this is what the vibe is like now in 2023. Who are you jamming with? Who has got your vibe, and what can we bring to our audiences, to our clients? That is a collaboration. So I love it. So welcome, beautiful lady. Let's start right off with who you are in your words and what you do, sister. What is it that you bring to the plate?
Well, there you go. Transformational coach. I mean, I started as a trainer and group fitness instructor years ago, and it's just kind of evolved over the years. And I do touch for health, chakra dance, energy work, Reiki. It's just one of those things that kind of morphed out of women coming to me, wanting fitness and nutrition. We do that. And then I started to notice, even though they learned those tools, other things started to happen and they would go right back where they started. So I already knew that there was more to our well-being than just fitness and nutrition. So therefore my journey began. And of course I went down so many roads. And I gotta say to you, is the one thing I've done for myself is my own personal journey. And I really believe when we truly know ourselves and we're going on that path, things will start to show up that we need in our own work, which is to help others. I mean, I've always known that I'd be in service in some way, and I've always been in service, whether it was 40 years ago, serving people at a restaurant or working at a bar. And of course, I was the bartender that everybody came with their problems, right? So you're still in service, right? So I started to just add new tools to my belt. So really, most people come to me for fitness and nutrition, but then they start the journey on their path to what they need from me. And I hold space, and being that I'm a generator, I have bounds of energy to give. And so that's what I do. That's in a nutshell.
That is a lot. And you know what? You're 100% right, baby. But most of us, once we get into this space of being of service, and some of us are natural born people pleasers. I mean, we come into this with the whole wrong idea of what we're doing, but it's being of service because we are trying to make everyone happy. And that was a topic of conversation in my live yesterday in the group Empowering Intuitive Souls. And here's the thing. We all have this innate ability to tap in. And those of us that use it will always be able to see what someone else needs, and whether we can fill that for them or we know someone else that can, is the beautiful blending of all of us working together. So I want you to talk a little bit about chakra dance, because I have yet to be to one of your, where I'm always working or away when you're doing one of them. I've yet to be there, but it is very interesting to me. Like when you say, hey, root, let's root people.
Yes.
I'm allergic to root. Everyone knows that. Root is not my forte. So can you talk a bit about how chakra dance, you got into it and how it's evolved, where it came from, where is it now?
Oh, okay. So I came across chakra dance probably in 2012, but I kind of put it on the back shelf. I was looking for something more for my clients, and I was already teaching yoga. I was teaching like 5-6 yoga classes a week. I started to get into the chakras. And then I was like, okay, I need something else because I'm a mover. I got energy. I want to move. Yoga is another thing. Yoga is great, but I'm a dancer at heart, right? It's just like I love music and I want to dance. And so I started a hunt on, and I found chakra dance, and I kind of just put it on the back burner and waited for a bit. And I was teaching a yoga class, and a girl came up to me after the class who had come, and she said, "Oh, I have a message for you. Are you open to that?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah, give me an open." And she talked about my dad who had passed and said rainbows are coming. And then it was just like that. Oh, rainbows. Okay, that's what I've been working towards, was the rainbows. So anyways, I went back, looked at the Chakra Dance website, and I enrolled in the introductory, learned a bit about it that way, and then decided to go all the way in. And so I've been doing it since 2014. I'm number 99 in the world. I think I was the 99th instructor in the world.
Wow.
It's been around, yeah, I was well, at first I thought it was 100. And then one of the girls was like, no, I know I was 100. I said, okay, you can be 100. I'll be 99. That,
How
right?
generous of you.
Yeah, I'm totally fine with that, right? And but anyways, going through that whole process was so such a like a wow for me. And because I love the chakras, like I understand that the chakras, everything comes from there. It's just our whole energy center. Everything, you know, especially the root is a big one for me, because most of us need root. We just need root.
Yeah, it's the most human of the chakras. And for those of you that don't know what chakras are, they are the 7. We have 144 points or something, but we focus on 7 major points in our body energetically for our health and well-being. So that's what we're talking about here, about the chakras. Sorry.
Yeah, and that's that was how I got started. And then through the years, I did a lot of full moon chakra dances. I did a lot of our series. We have a variety of series and stuff. And I just kind of integrated. And some of my clients that knew nothing about chakras came and took the classes because they knew I was in a new training, right? You know, they're used to coming to do Zumba with me, and they're like, well, what's chakra dance? And they come, they're like, what the heck is this, right? Total opening up, right? So they're like, but they're willing to try. That's the thing. Some clients come to me and they're totally no spiritual in them at all. They're not there yet, just maybe questioning or looking at it. Anyways, so I started to incorporate it as an offering, right? And so people would come. And now, I mean, just recently, I guess it was in 2018, 2019, I wasn't sure, you know, when you have a moment, you're like, I wonder if there's things, you look at an inventory of your list and you go, I wonder if I should keep this or let that go, or focus in. And I was in this, like, what am I going to do with chakra dance? Because I don't want to just do in person. I want to be able to go online too, because you need to be able to reach more people, right?
Absolutely, sister.
Right? Okay.
I'm speaking my truth.
Yeah. And so originally with us in chakra dance, we couldn't teach online. There's just no way to teach the dance online. It doesn't resonate, doesn't work in the frequency, and just the whole technical part doesn't work. However, when COVID came, Natalie realized all of us couldn't work because we can't teach anything online. So she went to the drawing board, went to Spirit, and obviously downloaded this 10-day e-course and gave it to us. What a great gift at COVID to give us, so that we could teach at least online. So we get the music, and people would get the music, and you just create space on Zoom, right? And hold the space container in there. And then that just led to the next program, and she's just created Chakra Dance to Heal Your Life. And you can also get her book on Hay House, Move Your Chakras, Change Your Life. Yeah. That talks about that, right? So it's really come a long way. And so there was that, as soon as she did the 10-day thing, I went, okay, I see it. And then she said, oh, also, we're going to give you guys the music so you can do your own voiceover. And that was where I was having resistance, because people come to you specifically, right? Yes. So she said, no, I'm going to give you guys the music and you guys can do your own voiceovers. And I was like, hallelujah, I'm staying with Chakra Dance. And now it's just shifted everything in the last couple of years. So my whole business is being set up around that is the foundation. However, yeah, there are other things that I will do. So I'm excited because, you know, you're going to get to one day. Oh,
it'll be on Zoom. Well, I'm going to. You're going to be at my retreat. You're going to be teaching at my retreat. You're going to be teaching my people's souls, our people's souls. So this is something interesting. The chakra system is so easily overlooked for, and if you're not metaphysical, if you're not into the spirituality part of body, mind, spirit, remember, we always talk about the power of 3, the collaboration. And if you're not, you know, a lot of people come to me who are just literally coming to me to get a reading. They need a connection to their loved one. They need to know, if they have a boyfriend coming. They sometimes, there's a lot of people that come to me that, I mean, my space has personally evolved into something much more, much bigger, much more powerful than just the gift of a reading. And the greatest thing about that is that I will always be of service in that way. But when they come in and I say, oh my goodness, I can read your aura and this is what I'm seeing and your chakras, and they're like, I'm sorry, what's your chakra? And I'm always like, you know what, we are missing something huge here with the fact that as spirits having a human experience, we are not connecting to the vessel, the body part of it, the energetic body part of it. And that's huge. So can I ask you, do you incorporate the chakra work into your boot camps and your physical wellness being? I'm just curious.
Well, it's not as simply you just incorporate it. Yeah, we do talk about a lot of things. So when I come into this group format of boot camp with women, it really depends where they're at. So I have to really just kind of assess and pick up, on their energy and
sure.
Where is their knowledge, because you can actually scare people if you're not careful. And so, yeah, you can scare them away. And also too, there's also people that have certain belief systems or religious belief systems. So I always never want to alienate any of that. And I understand their belief system is different. So but it's when they ask the questions. And I remember years ago when I started doing my Touch for Health, which is a lot about the meridian system, so the chi that runs through the body, and doing muscle testing. That's how I kind of started to introduce to it. So they could execute an exercise and I could see they were out of alignment, or they were weak, or they were not activating the muscle. So I started getting them to connect with the muscle. So tapping on the body, certain pressure points, setting them up to execute the exercise. And I would start to teach them that way. And then that's when you start to have conversations, and I would just randomly throw in something. Oh, okay, you need some root chakra work. And they're like, what is root chakra? And then I explain what root chakra is, right?
Nice.
And also too, now what I do a lot is I'm getting them to, because I'm outside, it's like, oh, it's in the evening. Oh, we got a full moon tonight. Oh, no, we got a new moon tonight. Oh, we need to set some intentions. So I kind of do it that way. So it's not like in your face, but it's like people come and ask me or send me a message later and say, Sonia, what did you mean by that? Or how did you know that? Because sometimes too, intuitively, I don't know. I might say something to somebody and they're like, how did you know that? And it's just like, well, it's a knowing. It's like I can't even explain what knowing is. When it naturally comes to you, you don't know how it works. The mechanics.
Don't second guess it. It just is, and you just know. You know what? Here's something interesting. One of the biggest things that I teach my students that I mentor, or even my clients, is, mediumship, energy work is not about going into people's space and disrupting it. So what I mean by that is, you will never see me run into, and we always use poor Teresa Caputo as a kind of like a scapegoat here. She's lovely. The work she does is authentic, but she's a TV personality, so you have to make it entertainment. But none of us should be running in, just what you said. We shouldn't be running into people's spaces and being like, hey, dry cleaner man, your father's in spirit. Can I tell you? I mean, that to me just doesn't have a harmony to it. Why? For exactly what you said. We don't know in the moment. Yes, we can read people. Yes, we can assess. But in the moment, we don't know if their religion, their belief structure, their perspectives will hold them back. Do they want to hear from this person? Do they want to attach into a healing aspect? Are they ready to heal? We don't know any of that without sitting and assessing with them. So I love that you bring it in subtly. You bring it in as part of conversation. I love that. And for me, that is why you're in my world. That is why I sit with you, is because that kind of energy. We are not taking ourselves. This isn't about the financial abundance, although there is financial abundance in this work. Let's be honest, but it's not about that for us. It is about literally helping a person be their highest and best. And the other thing I loved about what you said was this, is that you found a way to bring it to them so they could question it if they wanted to. They could let it soak in. A lot of people, I think, forget that what doesn't resonate with us in the moment, we store in our subconscious, and we bring it back up when we need it. And as light workers of heightened beings, you and I, and those that do this work in the right mindset, that come in here, we are truly being of service just by our words. So I love that about you. And I just was curious if you incorporated that into your physical workouts.
Yeah.
Sonia, I want to touch base on a new tool you have. And
yes.
This, I saw you were wielding it at a new event I was at with you. And I had a session. I thought it was absolutely outstanding. Yeah. It felt very intuitive, yet very scientific. And it was called, I think you called it a Healy. Can you explain to the audience, please, what that is and how it works?
Well, Healy is actually, it's from Germany, and I came across it a couple of years ago through a friend, but it wasn't in Canada. So it's Healy is a personal wear device that transmits microcurrents, so frequency into the field. So as we know, our auric field, then we have the layer of the consciousness field. So it's information in the field, and it goes in and you can scan to see what is resonating with you at the time. Right. Okay. It's only been in Canada since last spring, I believe. And I've only had the device since the end of November, beginning of December. And I am just like blown away by it. I'm still learning it. But yes, I was at the First United Spiritual Church doing scans, and I really didn't think anybody was going to come for them. Like, what is that? But I was packed all day. I didn't even get a chance to breathe. And it's just been a journey of learning how there are things. When I scanned, just say I'll use myself personally, there was things that were coming up in the scan. I was like, oh yeah, that totally resonates. And then I would run frequency into the field. So basically it's like there's 229 programs in this device. It is patented. So it's a sensor within this small device. It's just a tiny little device, and you can wear it, clip it on your shirt or whatever. I just put it on a string and wear it around my neck. Has cords, wristbands. You can run frequency into the body, but mainly into the field. It also has like a coaching modules for those that are coaches would really love this part. I'm still learning a little bit about that, still have some more learning on that. But what you can do is you can see the blind spots, right? What I noticed for me was I'm running the coaching program on myself right now. And there's some things that have come up that are like, whoa, I didn't even know they were there. And it also will look for things that maybe we're not aware of right now, but they're somewhere in the field. They will come into manifestation. So just think of it that way. It's like there's something in the field, you're not sure what it is. And even for me right now, I'm going through that because this year my goal was to make sure that I found my people in my community and to be there. And that's already showing up. I mean, it started with you sitting down in front of me having a scan. I was like, oh yeah, here it goes. Because I always thought, oh yeah, one day Tara and I will do something together. But I didn't realize by speaking that out, we would do this, right? It just went done. So it's interesting to see what comes up, and it's still so new technology. I mean, the technology has been out for years, and it comes from the premise of time waiver. And I won't go too much into that, but it's like frequency plates. Yeah. And there are practitioners out there that create programs. I'm not an expert, but we have lots of experts in Healy that create programs. So you can do a whole personal program. You want to work on abundance. You want to work on your health. Why I like it is there's even fitness in there. Like I can really help my clients, and it's not just on myself. I can do it as a group. I can work on people. We can do it as a community. And I'm actually going to run it in my full moons too, the frequencies into the community, right? I just think it's just one of those things. But what I loved about it was, you know, as a healer, when you're helping people heal, you really are just the teacher and the guide, giving them tools, right? That's what we are. We're not here to fix anybody. I don't fix anybody. I'm just a good channel for energy to flow through. What I love about this is, as much as like I go to healers too, and I try different devices, this is personal. You can have this device for yourself. You don't have to have the big program. You can start with the basic gold cycle program and just run those things for yourself to get benefit. And that's how you learn for yourself as well. And it's very intuitive in the sense that I might know how I'm feeling. So it'll come up on the screen. I'm like, oh yeah, there it is, right? It's in the field. The field knows what's going on with you and what's resonating with you. So.
Because it's energetic. And I think I want to put this out there. I remember when the biopulsar machines all came out and the amethyst biomats and all those things came out, people loved it because it was something physical for them to see. So for those that don't do the work, that don't necessarily get into the nitty gritty of what is an energy system, you know, what is chakras, what is, they were seeing this physical thing. They were putting a hand on a biopulsar machine. they when I was with you, I mean, I love, you know, here's a funny thing. We're going to run out of time soon, but let me say this. I one of the biggest things about energy healing for me, when I go, and I'm very fussy about who I get energy healing from, because of how I work with people and how much so it's a long convoluted story, and I get hyperventilate when I'm getting on the bend. When I am touched, though, for whatever reason, the energy, the effect of it is 10 times than when people do distant healing or hands-off healing. So hands-on healing for me as an individual, and especially since I just told you I don't like people in my space per se, is a far more effective thing. So for me, I love to see something. That's why cards, when you're a medium and you throw the cards at the end of it to confirm it, people dive in. They're like, oh, I can see it. It's tangible. There it is. She said this. They love it. So I think that this Healy, I don't think, I know that this Healy is going to allow for people who maybe would not be as prone to coming and sitting in a chakra healing or an aura cleanse or an aura reading. It will give them an opportunity. People love new. I feel this is going to be a lot of potential with you. Beautiful. I feel that very big with this. So. Yep. Okay, because we're going to run out of time, and my beautiful assistant Vanessa is going to smack us around a bit. Can you just, what is your favorite wellness hack for others that would love to get themselves in shape, body, mind, and spirits? I mean, let's be honest, Sonia. Talking to you are a complete. You are the body, mind, spirit. You are the whole package. Beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
So what is your favorite wellness hack for others to get themselves into shape, body, mind, and spirit? What would you suggest?
Yeah, you know what I always suggest is, number one, pick one from each area. So body, mind, and spirit. So whether that's, first thing in the morning, getting up, journaling, or, do your workout. I mean, everybody has to find their own. And I always say, really check in with yourself. What are you willing to do? Because most people will set goals that are completely not really what they want. It's not what they want. It's what they think they should be doing. The other part is to really get comfortable with, and I'm going to be careful when I say this, is you have to be comfortable within your own physical body, because this is what you chose to come here to have this experience in this world and planet. Yes, we always I want to look good. I have to have my hair, makeup. I'm not ready to go gray. There's some big things in me. Okay? There's
gray,
but I also know that there's some things that I do that are toxic, like hair dyes. So I have to find, it's just, you know what I mean? Like, you have to find ways to balance that out. But I would just pick one thing from each area, focus in on that. And when you've done that for a good 30 to 60 days, then go ahead and start to add the next. Don't expect results if you're not willing to be consistency is the number one word. I always say, be consistent. It's hard for women, because especially a lot of women have kids, work, all these other things, right? Sure. But the thing is they're also responsible. So it's about teaching those around them how they are being treated. So I always say to moms, you're teaching your children, you're showing them how you should be treated. So you need to make sure that you put yourself first.
Absolutely. That was a huge conversation in yesterday's live, as well, as we were talking about how we end up ourselves on the lowest rung of the ladder and why it's so important to lift ourselves back up. And here's the thing, balance is everything. We are all here to learn. Everything is a lesson, everything is a lesson. And sometimes we have to compromise. And if we are dyeing our hair because that makes us feel okay with that, I will compromise that and be okay with that. Because at some point, I have to be able to be still for a bit. And I am the worst person. We don't talk about body issues with me, and we don't do that, because my energy is all about still learning that lesson, right? And I'm never afraid to say it, but that's a whole 2-hour show for us, Sonia. So Let's move into the final thing here. My heart to you for joining me. I love talking to you. I love you. I love your husband, Jerry.
I know. He
yeah.
loves you so much. It's so crazy. Tara wants you to do what? Oh, you need to do whatever Tara said. You need to go do. He does. No, I'm serious. He says, oh, you choose. Yeah. No, he really, yeah, he's excited that I'm doing a show with you and I'm going to go and do some stuff with you. And he's very happy. But I said to him, I says, honey, you need to go work with Tara. You need to go and, it's now's his time to develop his skills because he is very intuitive and very much knows stuff. But
he's has the best energy. He'll come to me. They all do in the end. Okay, let's talk about this last thing. Let's do something fun here. Tell us two or three podcasts that you feel people should not miss out on. The content is just that good.
Okay, so because we didn't talk about this, I'm going to give you Color Can Heal Your Life, Dr. Deanna Minnick. Okay, she's my other guru person I love, and she works with the chakras with food and spirit because I'm certified food and spirit practitioner as well. Didn't tell you that, but now you know. So anyways, that's a great podcast. She does great stuff. You'll learn a lot about, she's a functional medicine practitioner. She does supplements, all of that. So go there. The other one would be mainly Moonology with Yasmin Boland, because I did her Moonology certification. She's brilliant, knows how to work with the cycles of the moon. So if somebody's learning to want to manifest with the moon, go check out her podcast. She does some great interviews too. And my most favorite, who happens to be male, is Lee Harris, Energy. Yeah. He channels the conversations with the Z's. He is brilliant. He does incredible music, incredible meditations. Him and his partner, Devor Bozic, I think it is. I'm going to butcher his name anyways. But yeah, so that would be the Impact the World podcast with Lee Harris.
Lovely. And actually, I've dabbled a little bit in Lee Harris. And this is the year that I said that I was going to make more time for myself. And of course, this is the year that all of a sudden everything leveled up about 27 degrees. And all of a sudden I'm like, okay, time for Tara. Where is that? So I'm going to use that. I bought a new pair of headphones. I'm going to dive into those podcasts. Sonia, how can our viewers find you?
Oh, you can find me. Well, my current website is bodycircuitforher.ca, but if you put my name in.com too, you'll find me. It'll take you to my website. You can find me on any social media. I'm everywhere.
And you're going to be working with me. We have the amazing 3-in-1 empowerment program that's starting on April 19th. That is 13 practitioners, experts in our fields, those of us that want to raise people's vibration. If people are ready to invest in themselves, this is the place to be. We also have the retreat coming up in September, and more information is coming out on that as well. That is an in-person retreat, 3 days. We are going to blow that out of the water with we're going to release, we're going to manifest, we're going to heal, we're going to do so much stuff. It's going to be crazy. And Sonia, thank you so much for joining me today.
Much, Tara.
My beautiful audience that follows us, please make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Nancy Brady and I do our Spirit Scopes the first of every month. Join our private Facebook group. Sonia's in there. She's going to be doing some chats in there, some lives down the road. We have other beautiful people, Angie Pope, Lynn White, just Ricky Avitan, amazing people. It's called Empowering Intuitive Souls. It's a private Facebook group. It's run by me, so the people in there are authentic. They're good for their work. They're good for their word. They're just good. So let's leave it at that. Everyone, have a great day.